All right, so here's the update. I'm meeting the gentleman tomorrow, October 25th at 10:30 at the police station. And these are the demands that Daniel Silber, aka Isab Salam or Salim, has made. So anyway, here it is. Okay, so this is my offer. I want to return the following. This is what he's saying. Okay, return his one Cartier watch, the Ballon Bleu replica, $160 cash that he did give me to get 2 extra links. That will go back to him. The one Tudor strap and buckle, the one Vanguard strap, buckle, and box that I'd actually purchased. But anyway, let's not worry about that. He's going to get that back as well as part of the trade deal. He wants to charge me $300 for cash for service fee because I opened up the watch and I touched his rotor with my greasy fingers. I'll show you the watch running on the Timegrapher and that. I did no damage whatsoever to the watch at all. So anyway, he also wants an apology or video. I don't know which one he wants here, but I've done a video for him just apologizing to his wife because I met her instead of him because I didn't know who was going to be responding to the skis that they had on Marketplace. But managed to track this guy down with the help of the police. So anyways, he also wants to charge me $500 cash. He refers to it as "I'm a shitty person" fee. He claims that I accosted his wife and made her fear for her life, which is absolutely not true. I did speak to her, and of course, she didn't feel very comfortable with the conversation because I was explaining what had happened with her. They keep flipping behind between fiance, husband. They're splitting apart. She's pregnant. She couldn't get her story straight. But anyway, I've got no beef with her. It's him that I've got the problem with. So yeah, so let's scroll down here. So basically he's saying that if I don't agree with that, he's not going to return the 2 watches. The 2 watches, by the way, are value, I guess, a total of about $3,500 Canadian. One was a 34 millimeter Oris pointer date, Cervo Volante, and the other one was a Club Nomos, or Nomos Club, I should say. And you can just read here. Basically, he's got me stuck. I'm going to agree with this. And you can see I've responded to him too. Heading to the bank to withdraw money. I'll send you photos in a bit with the watch and straps. And you can see there's the money, there's his watch, there's his straps. And see you at 10:30 tomorrow. So we'll see if he shows up. And, like you said, it's non-negotiable if I want my watches back. So, and he's claiming that I swapped the movement out of his watch, which is absolutely not true. I've got a reputation to protect you guys. I'm not a scammer. I deal in the watch community pretty extensively. And unfortunately, I let my guard down. And yeah, I made a mistake. What can I say? So anyway, I'll flip the camera around now and show you the watch and show you that it's working fine. Okay, so here's a continuation of the video. I'll be meeting Daniel Silber, aka Isab Salim, is what I met him as. But here's the Cartier Ballon Bleu in question. And you can see it's a very convincing replica, a very high grade replica. Had me fooled. The things that I found wrong, though, is that the bracelet was a little bit rough in the back. The movement itself is very kind of noisy and crunchy. I don't know if you can hear that or not. That's not the way it should sound. But anyway, that was the first tip-off. The second tip-off was the ghost position. So that's pulled out in the first position there, and you can see it spins empty. And a watch of this price range should not have that. All right. And just to show you that everything is functioning correctly, you can see there. All right. And you can see too, it kind of hacks like that when I move the hand back, which is not what it should be doing. It should be able to hack completely. But anyway, so much for that. So he's claiming I changed the movement out of it. That's what he's trying to say. And I can tell you absolutely, I did not do such a thing. The watch is going back exactly the way I had received it from him. And like I said, I ran the serial numbers on the back of the watch too, and with Cartier, and they said, nope, it's not coming up on their database, which was the kind of the nail in the coffin. So I opened up the watch and took another look to check the movement. And he's claiming I damaged the movement, which of course I'll show you on the Timegrapher I did not, by opening the case back and touching the rotor with my greasy hands. I didn't handle the movement. I just moved the rotor with my finger just like that, so I can show on video the actual, if there were markings on the movement itself. The only marking that that movement had, and it wasn't on the movement itself, it was on the rotor, it said Cartier. Other than that, there was nothing to indicate that that was ETA-based Cartier movement. Nothing. Actually, there's a plastic piece in there too, which doesn't belong in there, but there's a lot wrong with the movement. If you see my first video, you'll see it once it's pointed out. But anyway, I'm gonna turn the Timegrapher on and you guys can see that this thing is running fine. And he's got no business trying to charge me $300 for needing a service because I opened the case back up. Kind of ridiculous. All right, so here we go. Now, I don't know the movement caliber, so I'm just kind of guessing that it's 50, the lift angle is 52 degrees, but let's take a look anyway. It shouldn't be, sorry, I bumped the camera there, guys. Okay, so we've got it on the Timegrapher there. And let's see what kind of numbers it's putting up. The one thing with these Chinese movements, so they're very unstable. They'll go up and down and so on. So, okay, so 310. It's a little bit on the high side for amplitude, but not bad. The beat error is 0.1 millisecond, which is great. It's running at the moment, surprisingly enough, really accurately for, well, now you can see it's moving around. So it's plus 13 seconds per day, which is still pretty decent. Of course, that's not cost, that falls out of that. But the more important is the amplitude, and it's pretty good at 285, 290. And so you can see the watch is running fine. It's running a little bit fast, but not horribly so. I'm just gonna try and zoom in there for you guys. So you can see there, you're not getting terrible numbers there. Not great numbers, but this is typically what you can expect to get from a Chinese movement. All right, so I'm just gonna take this off the Timegrapher now. I'm just checking that one position too, by the way. Just to show you that I haven't stripped the screws or anything like that while removing the back. I've got the proper tools to do the job. So you can see there's all looking nice and clean. The same condition that I had received the watch. This is caused from improper storage of the watch. When people lay down their watches, you should never ever lay it down like that because it will rub. I always wrap the watch like this when I transport it, or if I'm laying it down, just make sure that the bracelet's not scraping the back. So you'd wrap it up like that. Just let me pull the zoom out. So anyway, that's the saga of the Ballon Bleu. So he's getting the watch back. He's getting his Vanguard rubber strap back, along with the original two-door leather strap, which I actually cleaned up real nice for him. So he gets a little bonus there. And there's the Vanguard strap. I'd actually purchased these from him as part of the trade, a value of about 300 bucks. 100 for the Vanguard and 200 for the Tudor, which was a pretty decent deal. But anyway, so much for that. He wants these back, so he'll get those back, as well as the $160. I'll just show you that there. So that's the money that he gave me for the links. And this is where the kind of the extortion or blackmail starts, because he says he won't show up unless I meet all his demands. So there's $800 here, all right? So $300, he says, because the watch needs to be serviced now, because I opened it up and touched the rotor with my greasy hands. And the other $500 is because I forget what he called it, shit tax or whatever. Like, anyway, he wants another $500 because he's a bad man. I think he's a bad man tax or whatever. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm meeting him tomorrow. Hopefully he shows up, and I get my 2 watches back. I really would like to get those watches back. So, and if he does wind up taking that $800, I'm going to definitely go after him with the fraud charges and for, I don't know if you can call it extortion, but I guess it is extortion, right? He's not gonna give me the watches back unless I meet his demands. So anyway, lesson learned. Guys, just be careful out there. You know, you don't know who you're dealing with. This guy was a real piece of work. Okay, all right, take care. Just making an apology here to you, Alicia. Sorry that you had to get involved with this mess between Daniel Silver, aka Isab Salina. That's how it was introduced to him. But anyways, I just wanted to say that I do apologize if I made you feel uncomfortable. I understand that you had felt frightened. I guess I can understand that when somebody's giving you this information that I had given you the day that I met you on that meetup for the Rosinal skis that you had on Marketplace. Yeah, it would have been pretty uncomfortable for sure. I get that. My apologies for that. And I truly do mean that. All right. So there's your apology that Daniel had requested that I do. And I hope you accept it. No ill intent to you.